When you drive a Chevy, it's time for a fresh approach and a new perspective. And find the Chevy that's right for you. Find new experiences, find new roads. Chevrolet.
Hey, welcome back to the Missouri Sports Network. We're at high school game day today. Certainly glad you've tuned in. As always, presented by Lierman Labor's Local 663, Building Missouri, and reminding us, hey, drive safely in those work zones. Those folks want to go home to their families as well. We go now up to North Kansas City to Liberty North High School, home of the Class 6A defending state champions, the Liberty North Eagles, and head coach Andy Lierman. Coach Lierman, thanks so much for your time today.
Great to be with you, buddy. It's always fun to kind of get things started by visiting with you on your show.
Hey, you bet. We appreciate it. And Coach, 13-1 a year ago, Class 6 state champions. Kind of talk about last year's team and what you lost to graduation, and then who's going to have to kind of step in and fill some of those roles.
Yeah, so obviously last year's team was a pretty special one, winning the first state championship in football here at Liberty North High School and in the public school of Liberty. And so it was pretty exciting times around here. We had a very memorable season with some really, really talented kids that really had bought in over the course of their 3 or 4 years here at Liberty North High School and really worked for what ended up being a tremendous year, winning a state title, beating CBC down at Mizzou there at the end of the year. And so, yeah, we lost some pretty talented kids. We had Melvin Laster, the kid had been a Mike linebacker for us for 4 years. So he's a 4-year Mike linebacker starter. So that's a big loss we had there. But he headed off to UNLV. We had a nose guard that also went out to UNLV with him. Keelan Smith, the receiver, went to Nebraska, and Jay Sean Ross went to Alabama. So, I mean, we had some guys take off, and I'm sure there's a lot of people looking at that saying, oh, man, those guys, they lost a lot of talent. But we got a lot of guys that we feel really, really good about that were also a part of that team that played big roles. Maybe just didn't get the big name with the college recruiting them like some of those guys did before. But we got a solid group coming back that we're really, really excited about coming into this year.
Coach, what do you feel like right now? You're doing really well over the summer. Are you guys lifting weights? What's the summer been like?
Yeah, so we kind of kicked the summer off right when school's out and used some of our contact days to do kind of a spring ball setup like a college would. We go a couple weeks and then we do a team camp. We went to Benedictine High School, our college this off season in June. Competed over there with some schools from Kansas and Nebraska, and then we came back. We lifted some weights for a few weeks here in the middle of the summer, and then we're just kind of finishing up with some scrimmages here towards the end of July and some contact days to kind of finish things out and move into August. But I think the biggest thing is we've got more kids than we've ever had in our football program. We currently have 161 10th through 12th graders. We have 75 freshmen, and we have 96 8th graders. And so we've got a ton of kids excited about Liberty North football in the Liberty community. And we're just really excited about kind of where we're going and what we're doing. We work really hard to try to keep the standard, we'd like to say, and just continue to kind of raise that bar and meet the standard that's been set by the groups before them. These guys do the same thing. This group knows how to win. They've been through the ups and the downs of having really good seasons and being let down. They've been through the ups and downs of having really good seasons and winning it all. And so this group of seniors coming in has really done a good job of leading our group this year. And I'm excited about, each and every year you got a new team. And we understand the expectations that are kind of on us. And so probably the thing I think we're doing the best is just trying to work every single day just to make sure that we're doing what we need to do to make sure we're ready to go when August 30th hits.
Again, visiting with Liberty North High School head football coach Andy Lierman here on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage, presented by the Bank of Billings, established 1889, the oldest bank in Christian County. Coach Lierman, as you look at last year's team and into this year's team, well, where are you going to be kind of similar, and maybe what maybe some things that are going to look a little different compared to last year's team?
Yeah, offensively, I think the biggest thing you're going to see is we graduated some linemen that were really good, but we feel like we've got another group of linemen coming through. Across the board, we might be as big as we've ever been, stature-wise, as far as height and weight across the board on our front 5 or 6. We've got some depth and some competition there, and I think that's going to seem similar. I feel like we had a really good offensive line last year that did a great job. Our offensive line coaches do a tremendous job here. We've talked about that before. of getting our guys ready each and every year. And so, same thing's going to happen on the defensive line. We graduated some guys on the defensive line, but we got some guys back that are pretty salty. I think they're going to be really good. So I think the thing that's going to be similar to last year and this year's team is our offense and defensive lines. In the trenches, we're going to feel like we got pretty good guys there. They're going to be able to compete and help us win ball games each and every week. At the receiving core, we're going to look a little different. We graduated our guys out there. We had 3 seniors that were receivers. But again, we've got some guys that were waiting in the shadows, just kind of getting an opportunity, playing some JV ball and getting some reps with the ones during practice. And so we really feel like all these extra weeks we've had the opportunity to play the last couple of years are really going to pay dividends off for some of these guys that have been practicing extra for a couple of years and really going to step into some roles this year. And so, Tillman Martin, our quarterback, is back. And that's obviously a big piece for us. He's an incredible quarterback, in my opinion, one of the best in the city, throws a great football, has a huge football IQ, very, very smart and understands what's going on. He's really stepped into that leadership role on our offense, and he knows what we want to get done. He knows what our strengths and weaknesses are, and he's going to be able to get that done. Our running game, I expect that to be good. We kind of have a 3-headed monster this year, I think. We're going to have 3 guys that are going to be able to tote the rock for us and do a great job. And so offensively, I feel like we're going to be very similar, just with maybe not as big of names right now until we get some guys out there doing what we like to do. And so excited about our offensive side of the ball. And then, Guy, we've talked enough. We're going to play good defense. At least that's always going to be our goal. And so we feel good about our defense. We got a kid named Ryan Hudson who's going to come back as a 4-year starter for us. We've got a kid stepping in where Melvin played at Mike linebacker as a sophomore. That's a really, really good athlete that we think can run around. And we got some seniors that are stepping in some other spots this year to play on the defense. And then on the back half, our free safety is back, Jordan Strawn, who was a starter for us last year. And so we'll kind of hang our hat on him to kind of run the back half of the defense for us. We had a couple guys back there, Trey Snyder, who actually just got drafted by the New York Mets this last week. He graduated and he played our star position and really was the kind of leader on the back half. So we'll be looking to fill that void with Jordan. But really excited about the guys we have. Guy, again, I think people might look like we're going to be down a little bit, and we understand that. We lost some guys that were pretty big time players, but the guys that are here understand the challenge and understand what's going on, and they know how to get it done. So we're excited to come out and compete each and every week.
Any changes to your schedule with regards to last year? I looked up at Mission. The schedule's not there for you for this year, but do you know of any changes, or is it pretty much the same teams? Yeah,
the Suburban Conference changed again, so we went from having 5 teams in each conference at the bigger class levels, at gold and silver, to now we're back to 8. And so, we're going to play all 3 Lee Summit schools. We're going to play both Blue Springs schools. Staley's going to be on our schedule this year, which we haven't had in a while. They've been in our district, but we haven't played them in regular season. We're going to play Rockhurst as one of our non-con. Liberty High School across town will actually be one of our non-con. They're not in our conference. They're in the next level down. So we'll get plenty of those guys and kind of the same crew. We talked a little bit, you run the gauntlet in Kansas City and then you circle back around and you run it again in districts. And so understanding that it's a marathon, not a sprint for sure. You're trying to stay healthy and try to get better so you're playing well at week 10 because you're going to turn around and play a lot of those same teams again. And so, we talk all the time, Guy, when we get together. Football in Kansas City is really, really good. There's a lot of really good teams, and we've been fortunate to have some really good seasons, but there's a lot of good teams around here that we're going to have to compete with and do a good job to be ready to go each week.
Now, as we sit here on late July, what do you got on the docket between now and when you put the pads on for real?
Yeah, so we got a little some scrimmages coming up with some teams. A guy Nate Thomas down there at Kickapoo. We talk kind of each year. We get together with some teams and kind of do that, and so excited for them to come up here the next couple of days and hook it up with them and some guys. And so we've had some scrimmages before that, like I said, and then next week, Mission moved back the dead week, so we don't actually start practice till the 12th of August, and so we got an extra week in July. So we'll lift and condition next week and maybe do some fun stuff and maybe some community service around here before we kick them out of here for dead week, and then let them go be kids for a little while. And we'll come back on August 12th and put on them pads and get ready to roll because we're going to be 3 weeks out from first game. So it's going to come quick. We're going to continue to do what we do. We don't really change our schedule much. We're creatures of habit, probably like every other coach out there, and we like the process that we do. We feel like it works and it's successful for our program, and we'll definitely stick to that. We're gonna work, Guy. There's not going to be a whole lot of time off for these guys.
Outstanding. Well, Coach, as always, I greatly appreciate you being generous with your time here on the Missouri Sports Network. I know we'll hook up via probably on the phone during the scoreboard show throughout the season. But tell Coach Thomas when you see him that I said, hey, and we're going to try and get him on here as well here in the near future. But again, Coach, thank you so much.
Yeah, Guy, thank you, buddy. Thanks for covering sports in Missouri and always reaching out to kind of get us on your show and let us talk about our program.
Hey, you bet. Coach Andy Lierman, Liberty North Eagles head football coach, back after this.
Imagine a bank that goes where you go, creating seamless solutions for every step in your financial journey, allowing you to manage your money the way you want to, with a banking relationship that makes every day extraordinary. Imagine a world full of possibility.